I wrote the intermission music as well, I forgot about that. So Peak Outpost is going to be our last main map. Yep. And this is an exceptional song by James Paddock once again. It's called Troglodyte. I really like this one. I've started a cover of this one myself. We'll see whether it goes anywhere. See that? 4 lights instead of 3 lights. Ask Patrick Stewart. Okay, so this map this was part of Route L50. I do wish that project had got further than it did. I think the trouble is that everybody involved in running and mapping for it didn't really have any idea about how to run a project, and that we kept on changing the goalposts and saying, well, okay, now we've got to rework all these maps because we've got new limitations on how many enemies a map can have and how they should escalate. It just wasn't working. But I'm very glad that I could get these maps out of it and rework them, and I hope that the other people who submitted maps to it do as well, because there was a lot of really good material there. I was always nervous about it. I could kind of see that it wasn't going to come together because we had Bill Guy submitting his immense slaughter maps, which are incredibly detailed, and I was going for a different style and somebody else was going for a different style, yet it just wouldn't have fit together the way we were doing it. But it did give me the idea for the last map of this map set, which I'll probably just go straight onto after this one without making it a separate video. And I'll explain that when I get there. Alright, so again, we've got some snowy landscape outside. This is a hub-based map, in that you have got to get 3 keys, and you can do those 3 keys in any order. I'm just going to get outside here. Let's clear this first. Alright, so, new object here, big pile of bones, because you've got 3 sort of generator things, I don't know what's, and a very ominous looking temple that has been excavated out of the mountainside. So we're going to have to find those keys in the facility and open that place back up. And again, my dubious attempt at making the tech base nestle in with the snow. Alright, what should I do first, actually? I've forgotten the best way to do it. Well, my first point of order should be to get some health, I think. Alright. This is a rarity. This is a jump that can only be done with a strafe run. And it's not a secret, but it does give you the plasma gun. And if you're doing pistol starts in this map set, that's the only place you can get the plasma gun on this map. Maybe my problem is that I underestimated players. I put a lot of things in semi-secret areas and then they just found them all. Bloody hell. This area here, this is 100% Bill Guy. You see the little details, the lights, the ramp. I love this curve here, and just all the colored dynamic lights for the computers. It's spectacular. And this was one of the major reasons why I suffered such feature creep, or detail creep, as this map set went on. That I had a rule that I would use about 3 or 4 dynamic lights per room just to spruce them up, but by the end I was just going crazy with them. I love these pipes as well. This is just using the standard Doom 2 pipe texture, but on a rounded bit of sector work, and it looks so good. Alright, so that switch opens the door that was down here, and it also... No, there we go. Opens up some shutters. Alright. Oh, maybe it doesn't open that. What does open that door? Yeah, I forgot to press it. That's my problem. This was the most confusing map to make because it's really the only one that had multiple authors. Because I'd started this map for Route L50 and then I had to take a break because Penny was born, and Bill Guy took this over and he added some bits to it, and I then had to sort of decide what I was going to keep and where Bill Guy was going with his idea of what the route should be, and kind of stitch his vision for it and mine together again. Little trap with the monsters hiding in the cupboard below the lift. I love how you circle round this room through that layer and then this one down here. These are not mid-textures, these are very, very small 3D sectors. And that actually confused the hell out of me when I first saw it, because I didn't realise that Build Guy had done that, and I was wondering how he tricked the engine into having an impassable line there that would still work when people passed over and under it. Right, so it looks like I'm going to get the yellow key first. That's just how things seem to have gone. We're going to be in this room a couple of times on different routes. One of the few pain elementals in the maps. In fact, I think one of two? I'm not quite sure. Alright, this is a trap. We are going to step on this and be lowered down, and Archvile, okay. No problem at all as long as you're prepared for him. But if you're not, he makes your life extremely difficult indeed, because you're only covered down here as these comically slim pillars. This is one of the most elaborate secrets I have in the map set as well. Let's take that yellow key. Alright, you can lower that down because it's the only one with a light below it. And then that lowers that. And then that lowers that. And that lowers that. And that lowers that. And finally you can open that up and you've got a megasphere. Alright. Again, look at these corner details by Bill Guy there. And the pipes as well. And the walkway going above them. It's all just fantastic. It looks so industrial and so dark and foreboding. If you fall off here, will it work? Yeah. If you fall off here, you could originally soft lock yourself because you need a yellow or a blue key to get out of this sort of mud water pit. So that's why that platform lowers when you cross the threshold. Okay. Two doors, one for whichever route you're on, and an obvious third one, which will give you some invisibility as well. couple of those, thank you. Alright, and here we are back on the surface. That red key is still winking at us. That opened at some point through the yellow route, releasing a couple more monsters, but also giving us access to this secret, where we can get the shotguns for ourselves. Let's go down this way. This is a room I really like as well. This is where I realized one of the greatest things you can do for yourself when you're doing NaNoWADMo, or maybe building any map, is that just take a screenshot of the area you're working on at the start of the night and then at the end of the night, and the difference is amazing. There was a time when I thought this area was pretty much unsalvageable because it was the same blank metal. This texture actually, it was the same blank metal as the area in the previous map had the problem with. But after a bit of work and finding some great OTEX textures, I was much happier with it. This area was originally part of the end base area in the previous map. The idea was that you would finish the warehouse area, you'd come up here, you would go through this furnace area, you'd get along to the back, and then you'd be on top of the warehouse and you'd be able to hop between the boxes to another area. Little surprise. Alright, I didn't lose too much health there, to my surprise. But let's get that soul sphere anyway, by looking into this little lava room and seeing that there's an obvious different texture up there. Okay. Now, I really like this bit. Somebody testing it said the change looked a bit tacky. But I really like the idea of, instead of a platform rising up for you, just coming down from the ceiling and forming a walkway. The chains are things, they're not textures, and they're just set to the height being 8 pixels high, so that they can disappear into the ceiling without being considered as colliding with it. Alright, let's build some stairs. I think he might have been stuck in the wall, was he? I'll have to check. Alright, and that leads us to the red key. One more to go. It is quite difficult to find your way in this map, to be perfectly honest. It's a bit of a labyrinth. The 3 routes jutting out from this main room. I love this trap coming up, because I was always being fooled by Bill Guy's traps when I was testing his levels. And I thought, eventually one of my traps is going to get him when he does a video of mine. And none of them did until this one. Because you get the blue key, and it's so obvious. Look at these doors, look, you're going to have to fight your way back. You take the blue key, you look back, there's a zombie man. But the real ambush is back here! That's the highlight of my map-making career. All right. Again, I just love the number of different environments that having two authors on this map resulted in. Alright. And here's another pretty obvious ambush. I don't remember putting a spider demon anywhere here. Oh no, I know exactly where that is. That's an ambush for later on. Let's open this hatch and go down to the sort of reservoir room that we were in before. If we'd done this route first... Well, where did you come from? If we'd done this route first, then we'd have a Mancubus and all sorts of troubleshooting us from over there. Alright, so... to a little nuke section. And this is the only place you can get a backpack that isn't a secret in this map set. Alright. And this door leads you back to the reservoir area. The dark place under all these walkways. Oh, this texture, by the way, on that ceiling, when you see sort of pads like that, that was taken from a photo of my daughter's playmat when she was a baby. And I just recolored it and relit it. And I think it works really well as some kind of sci-fi meshy surface. I don't know. Alright, we have got all of our keys. 1, 2, 3. And that is a very foreboding entrance to what's going to be our final map. Let me just check. We've got 5 out of 7 secrets. I can't really remember where the other 2 are. That seems sufficient, so let's explore down here. Alright, and there's going to be a cutaway of the mountain on the right, so watch for it. There you go. Cruel Stratum is the final map, and this was intended as the boss map for the first episode of Route L50. I put this in as not intentionally as a jump scare. I just needed something to distract the player from a noise that happens elsewhere in the map, because I'm preparing to set up a fight later on. But it scares me every single time. Alright, let's go across to that. No, we're not going down there. We're going down. Okay. So here's our big boss baddie. Took about 5 hours of scripting, that did. Okay, so now he has a health bar. So this Archdevil, I'm going to leave him alone for now, while I explain something. The Archdevil was made by taking the sprites of the Diabolist, I think, on Realm 667, which is the Archvile with big horns, and putting them through a neural upscaler, and then setting the offsets correctly on every single frame, and tidying up the outlines on every single frame, so that I would be able to have a big Archvile enemy. And it was a lot of work for something not a lot of people would notice. I think that I might as well have just used the Archvile and just scaled them up a bit, and people wouldn't really have noticed the pixelation, but it felt like I needed to do things right. Alright, so now, the Archdevil, we've hit him a couple of times before, or rather, we've met him a couple of times before, is what I meant to say. He's still immune, but this time he's gained another attack. Yes, there he is. Where his health bar turns yellow and he starts this summoning ritual. And that's when he's vulnerable. That's when you can hit him. And I used this new fire animation not to make him special, but just because it annoyed me that the Archvile's flames completely blocked your view. So I took the one from, I think it was the one from Free Doom, and adapted it here. And I think it works a lot better. There he goes. Alright. The death cry of the fearsome archdevil reverberates through the unholy cave, its otherworldly energy pierced by your very corporeal ammunition. Its misshapen body crumples to the cave floor in a tangle of unnatural limbs, and the hellish heat of its corpse dissipates into the stone. The remaining hellspawn turn and flee, their howls echoing through the unseen tunnels as they gradually fade into silence. Left alone in the glow of the cave's arcane symbols, you catch your breath before weirdly following them in their tracks. You have saved the moonbase from the demonic invasion, but once all is said and done, you will be entombed along with them. I was trying to emulate John Romero in Quake here, basically. Congratulations, you got the bad ending. The base on Titan is saved, but maybe there's a better way to end this episode. Press use if you want to rewind a little time. So let's do that. I hadn't intended to do end maps for the endings. I wanted them to be just text screens, but there was a bug in GZ Doom at the time that meant that you couldn't have a next and a secret next if they were both endings. I think that's been fixed by now, but this is how it works now. You get this view of the underground palace temple thing, and to be honest, I think it works rather better than the text screen would. Alright, so let's press use and rewind a little time. How that works is the player is stuffed in a little box off somewhere, off to the side of that map, and is just surrounded by walls that you can use to go back to this level. Alright then. So in the best of traditions, all the things the Archdevil says are just me reversed. I think it just says to win this episode, you've got to kill the Archdevil. When the star is drawn, it's me saying drawing a thing on the floor. I was going to get him to say, get up all you lazy bastards, in a Scottish accent for this chant that he's doing just now. But when I reversed it, it still had a Scottish accent, and it just sounded ridiculous, so I had to leave it. Alright, the objective, the real objective of this level. Let's pull some switches, and let's see what else in the map we can open up. The Archdevil isn't really a massive problem once you've passed a certain point in the map. It's really just finding the way to go is the challenge, while you have him and his monsters bearing down on you. Alright, here's the main temple area that we saw in the bad ending. No, this isn't the easiest way to go. There's mega armor there, but if you take it, you get rewarded with a ton more monsters. You know what? Maybe I will take it. And this boss music again is an adaptation of one of the Doom musics by James Paddock. So thank you once again, James. Without you, I don't know what I'm saying. Not as many Doom WADs would have music, is what I'm trying to say. Let's have a save here, because I'm not doing very well. I can hear him stomping about. I think that noise that he makes when he moves is just the Cyber Demon hoof sped up a bit. Alright, so shooting those suitable switches. Let us take the red skull key, and we are going to beat a hasty retreat into the red skull door. Should possibly have been more monsters in here. I was kind of relying on the Archdevil to come through and start reviving them in chase, but what tends to happen is he gets stuck in the temple and he kind of hangs around there for the rest of the levels, so we might not be in quite such dire straits as we used to be. There's a little secret here as well. That opens the door, but if you dare to venture into the lava, there's another switch which opens another soul sphere. Alright then. Like I said, you feel panicked in this map, but you don't have to panic quite so much once you've reached this point. Alright, here we go. And here, in the best of John Romero traditions as well, we've got a target that we're going to have to hit. So the easiest way to do that, we'll resupply with this corner over here. Got to pull that down so we can get up. And all this time now the Archdevil and his minions are coming for you here, so you've got to hurry up. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to IDDQ these just for a moment. Because I want to just show you what's in here. There we go. That's Penny herself. And I don't know how many people found that, but there we go. There we go. The demon generator, whatever it is destroyed and everybody dies. And things look a bit calmer over here, so let's step into the light. Oh, I can't because I'm still ID clipped. Let's do that again. There we go. The source of unholy energy finally crumbles under the ferocity of your onslaught. A cacophony of demonic screeching echoes around you as blinding light pierces the darkness of the caverns, soon replaced with a ghostly silence. You open your eyes, surprised to find yourself still alive. The hot glow of the caves has been replaced with a calm blue light from the desecrated power source, shafts of illumination lighting your way back to where you entered the cave. Holding your breath, you step into the beam in the center of the cleansed magic symbol. Your mind goes blank for a moment, then you find yourself back on the frozen slopes of Doom Mons on the surface of Titan. The walk back will be long, but you've had enough of teleportation. Thanks for playing Ascent of Titan, and that is the end. So thank you very much for listening to me talk about my own WAD for quite so long. And I was really impressed with everything that came out of NaNoWADMo this year. It was fantastic to see people having a go at making Doom WADs, some for the first time, some for the 50 billionth time. And I really like the motivation to complete and release something as well, particularly as this one ran between over October 2020. So I had something to distract myself during October and some things to play during November. It genuinely stopped me going insane from world news. So that's the end of this one. I'll go back to playing other people's WADs now. But thank you very much for listening. And if you do choose to download this, I hope you enjoy it as well.